Welcome to episode 79 of the PACT Life Podcast. I'm your host, Bruiser Carter, along with family. Beside me, we got Slim Reaper himself, Jace, representing the world.
You didn't say the first one here. I was the first one.
That is when we got my cousin, repping Atlanta Hawks, Mr. Demond Geis.
What's going on?
And last but not least, we got my brother, Mr. Cut Carter, rocking the Los Angeles Dodgers jersey, fresh off a World Series championship.
I could have worn my Dodger jersey.
I could have worn mine too. Gentlemen, how are you guys doing?
I didn't know that was the theme. I'm good, man. I'm living good. Me and Bruiser just started the first episode of the Every Yards Matters podcast. That was dope, my boy. Got some good topics out before the game. And anyways, I'm good though.
How you doing, Jace? Representing the world.
Nobody asked you.
Okay, yes. Carter. Okay, Carter, how are you doing?
I'm messing with him. I'm good. Living life.
Mr. Jace, how are you doing? Representing the world.
I'm stressed, man. This school stuff, man. They got me.
They got you. You good?
Don't miss that.
Good?
Oh, yeah. I'm always going to be good with school. I'm just stressed out, man.
Well, praying for better days, of course. Hope you're doing well.
Of course.
Thanks. I'm well. I'm good. Tired. Fresh from a doctor's appointment. Got the flu shot.
We got you.
You got that COVID shot?
Before we start, I like to say this is the podcast for election day. So rather than put it in the middle of the podcast, I'm going to put it in the forefront for our viewers. Make sure you go vote. Early vote if you haven't. November 3rd isn't the day to vote. It's the last day to vote. Make sure you go vote. Vote to your conscience. People have died for us, our right to vote. So make sure you get out there. You vote. Anybody else want to talk about voting during this
voters episode? We're going to name it Vote, I guess. That's what it seems like.
I'm going to be a stat with y'all boys. I almost cried when I voted this time. This is my first time voting. And no, you got to think about it. Look, I almost teared up because I went with my mama, right?
Right.
So seeing her vote and stuff like that, she been voting for, a long time. But if we was 60 years ago, I couldn't go nowhere with her to vote because she couldn't.
About it.
She's a woman. So, 60 years ago, women weren't allowed to vote. So it just brought a little tear to my eye a little bit. Seeing all the African Americans running the little registration to vote and stuff like that. It was nice. So yeah, go out and vote.
Jay so throat. Demond, Derek, do you have anything to say?
Vote, man. That's it. It's that simple.
Is it?
Yep.
You should go out there and vote. Vote.
Make sure you move your computer over, Bruce, so we only can see the black.
Nah, it don't matter because you're gonna see that.
It don't matter.
So shut up. That boy came in and Jingle said they're gonna copyright Demond. Still in they matter.
Can't even say it.
I guess it's out.
My boy Uncle Ruckus say no relation.
We're gonna start with the NFL today. Got a lot of basketball news to get into as well. But before, let's start with Dez Bryant signing with the Baltimore Ravens on their practice squad. He's excited. He's motivated. He said he shed a tear when he got the news. I'll start with Demond. How you feel about this Dez news? They officially signed it last week. There was in discussion, but now it is official. How you feeling, buddy?
I like the move with them signing Dez Bryant. I said earlier, I've been saying this whole offseason, they needed another weapon to go on the outside. And I believe they felt good with Hollywood coming in, but didn't really know. And that hasn't really panned out too much. I thought they'd be in the running for AB, but not so much. No, he ended up with Tampa. But I like the move with Dez. I asked Derek what his favorite Dez memory was, and he brought up the Green Bay catch. That wasn't it for me. I'm thinking of Dez moments against the Lions. Can't guard him in the end zone. I'm thinking against his 3-touchdown game against Philly on Sunday night. I mean, Dez is like that, man. I know it's been a while and he had the injury with the Saints, but hey, man, if Dez could give them a little bit of what he used to be, they'll be even more dangerous. This is already a dangerous team.
You agree, Mr. Easterwood?
Yeah, I do agree. I'm happy to see him back in the league and stuff like that. It was
watching.
Huh?
Watching.
No, I'm playing Madden. but I was happy to see him, get back in the league and stuff like that. What you laughing for, bro?
You suck at Madden, bro.
For surely, you could play me, but happy to see him back in the league. Yeah, I can't even talk because these boys they just trying to play me or something. I ain't like that or something.
I got you. Cut. Did you like the Dez move officially?
I don't not like it, nor do I like it. I don't think it really matters. But if he does see the field, I think he'll be a veteran receiver that they can use. I like how they were able to make the most out of Willie Snead after New Orleans. I didn't expect Willie to be able to thrive as much as he did. Hollywood's going to keep growing, so having him there is not a bad thing. And is Duvernay hurt or something? I haven't heard much of him. So
I don't starts on kickoff, punt return. I think he's earned.
I feel like they don't utilize him enough. But the thing about the Ravens is they're getting better at their passing game because that's what they struggle at. They don't want to throw the ball though if they don't have to. So
they say they're slowly working in Duvernay. They say he's earning a larger role on offense, like week to week.
Yeah, I like what he can be for them. I'm not against Dez doing it. DeMond told me the practice squad thing is just the thing they're doing because I feel like signing somebody that's a veteran like that to the practice squad was kind of a little disrespectful. Like he don't need the money, so. But I guess it's a process. But I didn't know it was doing that because AB didn't go to the practice squad, so I just thought.
I think the practice squad because we just seen it recently. Eric Reed for the Washington football team, he denied. They offered him to be on the practice squad, and he declined, saying that his resume speaks for itself. He should be starting. He should already be on the active roster. He shouldn't be on a practice squad. So for Dez to take this route is like he's willing to put in the work, show that he can be the role receiver he used to be, or like something around that to be.
I think he wants to be a part of a team. He just don't want to give up his career yet. He's not ready to call it quits. That's what it is.
Okay, I think he could be potentially the third best or fourth best receiver on his team if he gets acclimated to the offense.
Yeah,
I think his track record is he's better than them. So if he's anywhere near where he was, then like DeMond said, then he's walking in better than them.
Got you. Other NFL news. Let's talk about the NFL trade deadline that is approaching. There had some moves already happened today and yesterday. Everson Griffin went to the where did he go? Detroit Lions.
Who he played for? Who he played for?
Played for the Cowboys.
Oh, I didn't even know that. Oh, they got him after McCoy got hurt.
They say it was like Jerry Jones trying to point a finger at somebody that's not leading the team or something like that. So they say they got him out of there.
We're going to get into it. Carlos Dunlap from the Bengals was traded to Seattle Seahawks.
That's why he like wearing Hawks gear, Jace, because it got Hawks on the end.
Sad, ain't
it? Devontae Adams posted an Instagram post with saying "me and my friends" with Randall Cobb and was it Kenny Stills in the background of the photo, hinting at a reunite between Randall Cobb and him.
It's a reach. His former teammate,
Kenny Stills,
activist in the league. Everybody knows him. Reach.
There were reports of them making calls on Will Fuller, but I don't think
Will Fuller wasn't in the picture though. If it was Will Fuller in the picture, I'd have been like, all right.
Regardless of the thing, I just think it's fun for Devontae Adams. I think it's fun for players to give us fans stuff and start making us think that way. But I think the Packers are definitely in position to add another wide receiver.
But they need one, yeah. They do. They needed one for a winning. They should have drafted one.
Well, Alan Lazard looked pretty good for him, but he went down for injury. So just to get some.
I like Lazard, but everybody else kind of just there.
Let's talk about a team by team basis. Damon, talk to me about your Seahawks. What moves would you like your team to make before the next Tuesday's NFL trade deadline?
Well, I believe we needed to make two moves coming off this L to the Cardinals. One of them we did make by bringing in an edge rusher and Carlos Dunlap, who last year had 9 sacks. We didn't even have a guy. We haven't had a guy with double-digit sacks since Frank Clark in 2018, and we know what he's doing in Kansas City. So just to get somebody in here like that can change this defense, can make this defense better around the edge and getting to the quarterback. I would also be open to adding another pass rusher. There's been reports of Takk McKinley and Washington with the depth they have. They can move on from Ryan Kerrigan and a super reach, I think, in J.J. Watt, but that would be awesome getting to see him play for a legitimate contender. So I don't know, but I do think Seattle, it wouldn't hurt to add another pass rusher. But for them, there's a lot of guys coming that we get Jamal Adams back, and Snacks Harrison is going to debut. Darrell Taylor, rookie we drafted in the second round. So there's a lot of pieces going. I don't know if they need to make another move, but it was good to see them make at least one to bring in an edge rusher.
Carter, talk to me about the move the Saints. You will talk to me about the moves you would like the Saints to make before next Tuesday's trade deadline.
I've been seeing reports that the Saints were in the market for Odell Beckham. They were one of the top 3 teams interested in him. I don't know how true it is. The Saints won't confirm any or deny anything. They were saying we were going to trade Michael Thomas. Then they came back today and said that nothing was talked about on that front. So you can't really believe the rumor mill too much. But I don't really think we need a receiver yet if everybody comes back soon. If Michael Thomas and Emmanuel Sanders be back next week or against the Bears or the week after, I'm fine with it. But if they're not going to be back, then yes, I think we should get a receiver. And I think our number one concern will always and forever be, it seems like it's a never-ending cycle of needing a cornerback. So a cornerback would be great. I heard Stephon Gilmore is on the market, even though he's having one of his worst seasons statistically or based on throws his way. But
I like
a change of scenery and playing with another top 5 quarterback, top 10 quarterback all time can make you change your play. So I don't mind giving Stephon Gilmore a call. If that's, the highest person on my list. So I saw Eli Apple got cut after his trash talk on the bench. I hope they don't think about bringing him back, though.
And I assume you agree too, Jace. You're proud New Orleans Saints, man.
Yeah, I just hope. I mean, I don't think they'll do anything before the trade deadline or anything like that, but I would like something in the secondary that would improve that horrible unit.
Might be the safety as well, but that's enough.
Yeah, I don't really care. Just something in the secondary that improves it. I don't care.
Before we move off this NFL trade deadline let's talk about the top teams in the NFL. We're going about one by one. We're going to start with the only undefeated team in the league, the Pittsburgh Steelers. They sit at, I believe 6-0. They are 6-0. What should they do this NFL trade deadline? Should they stay pat? They have they have a talented receiver roster. They still have Big Ben playing well, James Conner, and the defense still fly around. Like, do the Pittsburgh, should they stay pat, ride that team, or do you think they should make acquisition?
I don't think it would hurt to make acquisition, especially at the quarterback position. I've definitely heard people mention Sam Darnold. I don't think the Jets are going to move off him before the end of the year, see what they have. I think it's pretty obvious what they have. You could make that call now, but I don't think they come off Sam Darnold. But I think Pittsburgh, it wouldn't be a bad decision to bring in a quarterback because you're so now emotionally invested into the season, being 6-0. You have the defense, you have the weapons on offense. It'd just be a shame for Big Ben to go down and then everything goes down the drain. You at least want to have some type of backup plan. But I think that's the only hole that they could have, and you can't predict injuries. But right now, I think they're one of the most complete teams in the league.
I would say for them, I would try to replace Devin Bush if at all possible, with a linebacker, a disgruntled linebacker somewhere. Or the quarterback thing, at first I was going to say no, but that makes sense. I get what you're saying, like, because it's good for the future and it's good for now if it comes to it. I also would say, James kind of looks good. And, yeah, I was about to say running back, but never mind. Snell looked good too, so they don't really need that either. So linebacker will probably be my number one priority.
Yes.
I wouldn't do anything to that team. They're 6-0 for a reason. The point that DeMond had made about backup quarterback makes a lot of sense because Big Ben is a pretty old quarterback and he has had injuries. So why not?
3 more teams before we move off this topic. I'm gonna start with the New England Patriots. They sit at 2-4, one of the worst seasons they had in the Belichick era ever. And I believe reports were saying that they should sell their talent, their highlight Gilmore and others to acquire picks for the future. Do you guys agree with that, or do you think this New England team should stay with this core unit?
The hard thing about this New England team is that a lot of players opted out.
Right.
More than most teams. So missing Hightower, that's a big problem on the defense. The defense don't look that bad, but but he calls the plays, I believe. So missing your middle linebacker is a big deal. Who else? Chung opted out. I don't think Chung is that important, but he was a starter for so many years. He's a veteran on the team.
He's
So,
a leader.
not gonna say important. I'm just saying like talent wise, it's like he's on the like bottom side of his career. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's on the decline. He's older, but he made key plays there. He's been there for years. But to be honest, the defense isn't the problem. It's the offense, and the offense has never been that great. And people try to say it was the system, and a lot of people started to get proven wrong. And I might have been one of those people. It looks like
There you go.
He made the most out of a lot of what he had, because Cam has his ups and downs, but he ain't really getting a lot of help either. Julian Edelman looks flat. He's like, he's ready to go. So, you know what my favorite thing to do is, Bruiser?
Blow it up.
Blow it up.
We'll make a graphic for that.
Blow it up.
Yeah, like
Go ahead, blow it up. Everybody available. Blow it up.
I think
Is Robert Kraft cool with starting over? Probably not. So then maybe you fire your first ballot Hall of Famer coach too and start over if you're not content with a rebuild with him, or he might not be content with a rebuild. But in terms of that market and their division, they're literally not like they can always compete in that division. So a blow up might not mean a 2-year rebuild. It might be a off-season rebuild. But they need to go ahead and shake it up now. Brady's gone. He's not coming back. Gronk's gone. It's a new era, and this team that they have now is probably not going to get it done. However, I will say the trade deadline is after Sunday, right?
Yep.
So they play the Bills Sunday, I believe.
Yep.
That's the game that'll determine everything for me. They beat the Bills, then you're like, well, we could still win the division. They lose to the Bills, and if they lose in embarrassing fashion, to say the least, like anything bad, yeah, go ahead and blow it up.
I can agree. I can definitely attest to that. I think I'm not trading Gilmore. I don't care what we're looking like. I'm not really sure why. I know this may be a down year, but this is Stephon Gilmore. This is the defensive player of the year. This lead the league in picks last year, and the pass deflections and the high attributes and everything. We know what he brings to the table. I don't know what they're going to do at quarterback for the foreseeable future. We thought, or not at least we, I won't say we, because I still believe Cam Newton needed to prove that he could still beat you from the pocket. He looked good against my team, but my team has the worst secondary in football.
Ever since he got COVID, he ain't been the same.
Exactly, which brings me to my next point. What are you going to do to bounce back this season? We know what Tom Brady is doing. You can't sit here and tell me that Belichick isn't at least a little bit mad that he's not on the top of this rivalry that they got going on. And we can act like it doesn't exist, but this is all we've heard for the past 20 years. Is it Brady or is it the system? And the system ain't looking good right now. So who do you bring into this system to help Cam? A name that I've heard a lot, and somebody who's disgruntled, AJ Green. Get him an outside weapon. Now, it might just be a rental for the season, but you literally have the option to move on from Cam if you don't like what you see there. You can move on from AJ Green. And like Derek said, all these players were going on with COVID, and we know how Bill Belichick likes to retool and get these guys through the draft and whatnot, see what they can do. But we need to figure out, are they going to try to make that push this year? Because they're sitting at 2-4. So now's the time. You got the division, you got this game with the Bills on Sunday. This is your season right here.
And as we welcome in Mr. Trey. How you doing, Trey?
How you doing, bro crew? How's everyone doing? Mr. Easterwood, Mr. Geis, Mr. Carter. How you guys
How
doing?
you doing, man? We were talking about the NFL trade deadline. But we had 2 more teams left, but I have to ask you, since you're a Giants fan, we need a New York perspective from that big market. What should the Giants do before Tuesday's deadline?
Well, besides Mr. Mara selling the team, man, we need 2 corners. We need a safety. We need 3 old linemen. We need 3. We need 3 more. Devontae Freeman, I like he be acting like he shows the little spurts of a dog. Like Devontae Freeman is all right. Like we're not gonna replace Saquon, but right now we need 2 corners, just decent corners.
You sound ambitious.
So James Bradbury isn't a decent corner?
James Bradbury is not a number 1. So I that's why I said decent, because James Bradbury is okay. Like he can do whatever, but we need 2 more. Like we need 3 mediocre corners, and right now we got 1. So we need 2 more. Julian Love is trash. To be completely honest, I mean it's just like the only teams that I know we are better than are the Bengals and the Cowboys right now. We're better than the Cowboys right now. I don't care.
And the Jets.
And the Jets. Like and the
Y'all not better
Jets.
than the Y'all
We're
not
better
better
than
than
the
the
Bengals. We're better than
the Bengals.
We're better than the Bengals. But the thing is, we play them, so I mean,
Y'all gonna lose that game.
You don't want to put no cash on that game.
I will. That's nothing.
Bengals, bro.
The Bengals.
Speaking of Dallas, that's one of my last few teams, the Dallas Cowboys. People are saying they should probably sell their talent there. This is an abysmal season. Mike McCarthy's not a good coach, but Jerry Jones is supporting his guy, his man. There's no Dak Prescott. It appears that it's Dak over Zeke, not Zeke over Dak by my eyes. I'm so confused. So what should they do, Jay? I'm going to start with you, Jace. What should the Cowboys do before this trade deadline? Do you think they should just stay packed, just be trash, make no moves, and just be what? 4-12, 5-11, 6-10, get a top 10 pick, or do you think they should trade and try to salvage the season? Because they still can win a division. They can still win a division.
And so can the Giants.
I feel like, honestly, they're going to get a good pick regardless because they just suck right now. There's no coming back from that. I would get rid of I really don't know. I would say Zeke just because running backs are kind of expendable. So
insane.
I don't know. I feel like I want them to get rid of Dak too because I want Dak to get out of Dallas. So it really can go both. Huh?
And go where?
Oh, New Orleans Saints. New Orleans Saints.
They're not trading.
Love Dakota. Love Dakota.
You know they're not trading a quarterback.
Yeah, but they're not.
Quarterback.
But, they need to get rid of Mike McCarthy too, but he's not going to do that.
That was the worst pick up. I didn't understand it.
So they have a lot to do right now, especially when Dak went down. They have a lot going on. And then Andy Dalton went down too. They're on the 3rd string quarterback.
Ben DiNucci.
I barely even know his name. I don't know how to pronounce it. So I would tank, even though it's not hard for them. They'll just lose. But and they'll be in the running for whoever. They might hit a top 5 pick, honestly.
Demond, guys, do you agree?
Yeah, this season's over for the Cowboys. It just comes down to I mean, you have the talent. Tyron Smith is out for the year. We know they lost Travis Frederick and Zach Martin's out for the year, and La'el Collins. I mean, this is a down year for them. Lost Dak, so I mean, I'm not moving Zeke. This is a guy that we talk about being the best running back in the league. Imagine saying in 2016 that David Johnson, Ezekiel Elliott, and Le'Veon Bell situations are a little rocky right now. It looks weird. So you got CD. If there's anybody that they could think about moving, I've heard Amari Cooper.
Cooper.
I wouldn't move Coop just because I just paid him, and I believe he is one of the elite receivers, or it has the talent to be. We seen Amari Cooper go for 180 in his sleep. Now let's not act like, but they have a lot of talent. But at the end of the day, it starts on defense. So you get that defense, you get that low pick. But if they're trading for anything this deadline, definitely needs to be for defense. And I mean, I'm like we talked about, I believe last week, Fitzpatrick, Jameis Winston, Matt Ryan.
Yep.
Guys that they could go get if they wanted to make that push still this year. But again, starts with that defense.
Before we move on to preview week 8 of the NFL, we're going to talk about everyone's favorite team to win the Super Bowl this season, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They recently acquired Antonio Brown. The defense is the number 1 defense in all of football, playing lights out. And Tom Brady is slowly but surely figuring out the offense. What should the Buccaneers? So what should the Buccaneers do this trade deadline? Do they just stay packed? Chris Godwin is dealing with an injury, but that's why they brought in AB. What do you guys think the Bucs need to do this trade deadline? Speak for Jalen. Somebody, please.
Jalen, since I'm his bestie. What do the Bucs need to do?
Yep.
They already did.
You said what?
They already did it. What else can they do? There's nothing really more to be like. And and like it's not like a lot of times in football, having the best team on paper don't lead to but you won at the end. So I feel like they're peaking week 9. They will be there. They will be at their peak level. That's if Godwin play. Now if Godwin's out too, then you still ain't gonna have seen them at full form. They got another level they could tap into when all 3 of those guys are on the field. However, I feel like I said, it's not basketball. Having the best talent don't equal getting the best. Having the ring. You gotta have the best team or be, not team, but
all the same way. Because we obviously seen the Clippers, ain't it?
Well, I knew the Clippers was flawed, but yeah, you gotta have the chemistry to be the champion. So the Bucks, I wouldn't add anything. I mean, they could get another tight end if they want to, but they don't really need one. But I think OJ Howard's still out, right? So,
trash.
So it's like, if I'm them, I keep all my picks. I keep everything I got. We gonna just keep adding fuel to the fire next year. But it's nothing I'm chasing. I'm not chasing. I'm not desperate to trade anybody. None of that.
You agree, Trey?
Who is there? They got Antoine Winfield from Iowa State,
Minnesota State.
Who is there?
Minnesota,
yeah. They got bro from Auburn, D-back, Jamal Dean, and somebody else, right?
Yep, Brantling and Carlton Davis.
Carlton Davis from Auburn. Yeah, Jamal Dean. I mean, one thing I was thinking was a D-back. Like
Bunting too, I think.
Who the other safety?
I just know Antoine Winfield is holding it down. Like their safeties are straight right now, but their corners seems like their weakest link on their defense. And like a nose, who they got? Ventavea at nose guard.
Ventavea's out.
So yeah, so I would say like a nose guard, a D tackle. But you see, I'm reaching.
Got Jordan Whitehead and Mike Edwards as the other 2 safeties.
And they just acquired a DT from the Jets. I forgot his name, but he used to play with Tom Bowles.
I was about to say D tackle and D back is literally the only.
What you said, Damon?
Splendid.
Thank you.
Who is it?
They got McClendon from the Jets.
Oh, McClendon. I thought it was Dalvin Thomas
from the Jets.
Yeah, for like a 6th-round pick, I believe. Something around those lines.
Oh wait, he's like 29. He must be. Oh, McClendon's good. The Jets are in like complete rebuild mode, huh? Again,
they're in complete never were building mode. They never had it.
But that was the one thing I would think for the Bucks. Like the Bucks on paper,
Steve McClendon is 34 years old. He's an old veteran. Yeah, he's
Bucks on paper low key look like
the Bucks are the Clippers of the NFL.
Talk about it, Jace. Tell me why.
They needed X, Y, Z, A, B, C to make Brady look good.
All right.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna be the one to say it. Why the hell they needed Antonio Brown?
Oh no, Bruce Arians.
They got Rob Gronkowski. They got OJ Howard. They got Mike. Chris Godwin. They got who else?
He spoke on it. Bruce Arians said you can't have enough weapons. Like
that's fine. That's fine. They're gonna lose though. Still, I don't care. Boys not finna do nothing.
I like them over the Panthers and the Falcons.
Yeah, I do too. Facts. Let's preview week 8 of the NFL real quick. I'll go first. The matches I'm looking forward to this week.
That Bengals-Titans game, the Bengals might actually bust that game.
I'm sorry.
That's it. Titans.
Bengals. I know you say they're gonna win.
Yeah, the Bengals are okay. This is what I will shout out. Julian Gerard Stevens Jr. Biggest Bengals fan I know. I actually sat down and looked because I thought the Bengals they're 1-5 and it looks ugly because everybody else has at least 4 or 5 wins in their division. But they are in the top 2-3 hardest division in football. But the Bengals are in every game they play. They only got blown out one game. They got blown out one game.
Got you, buddy.
So it's like, and it was, did they play the Ravens was the blowout. The Ravens was the blowout. I want to say that's the blowout.
Yeah, they only had like 6.
So other than that, like the Bengals have been in, and the Titans, I don't believe in the Titans, but I've never believed in the Titans ever.
That's everybody's opinion about the Titans. We don't believe in them. We just think they just get hot, then it just goes soft.
It's like their game plan. They run the ball. They depend on their defense.
Titans might win 3 straight and then lose to the Ravens. But they could beat the Ravens too. That's the thing. They could beat them. They just did it. So
I'm tripping about that close game.
Go ahead, mark it. Go ahead. Yeah, the Bengals over Titans.
Yeah, you tripping about that close game. Cut.
I think if they split, they'll win the one at home and then lose the one in Indianapolis.
Gotcha.
Plus, Phillip Rivers ain't
Lose
played that.
against the
Phillip Rivers ain't played that defense in a minute.
T.Y. Hilton doesn't even look like a. I don't even know who that is. I don't even know who T.Y. Hilton is. I've never.
T.Y. not the same receiver without Andrew Luck. He missed it.
Ain't it?
He was doing good with Brissett. Why he can't do good with Rivers?
But he wasn't doing like Andrew Luck. Like with,
T.Y. Hilton was like a top 10 wideout with Andrew.
T.Y. Hilton on the block?
Yeah. No.
I was asking. I just want to know. I'm just curious.
I got him in one league. He ain't played a game. He played one game.
The matches I'm looking forward to this week is definitely that Niners Seattle game. 5-1 versus 4-3. The NFC West is the best division of football. Pivotal division game.
Wait, where is that? I see your cursor on charge. Oh.
Yeah, pivotal divisional game, pivotal for playoff implications as well. And I ain't gonna take long. So another game I am looking forward to this week is, of course, arguably the best NFL rivalry in football: the 6-0 Steelers versus the 5-1 Ravens. Another big matchup for Pittsburgh. They're going into M&T Bank Stadium against the Lamar Jackson and that defense. This time, Big Ben is there. And who am I taking? I don't know yet. Damon, you go ahead.
Got the two same game of the weeks. 49ers versus Seahawks. Seahawks coming off an L. The 49ers are hot. Big game for the Seahawks. Like you said, playoff ramifications. I think, I think every game for the NFC West is like must win for each team. I mean, like, you can't afford to lose. So when I look at the 49ers, they got the Packers coming up, Saints and Rams. Like, the NFC is about, the playoff picture in the NFC is about to become way more clear with with tiebreakers and such. So I'm excited to see what the Niners put on tape, but it's going to be big for them not having Deebo Samuel. And like you said, the Steelers versus Ravens, this is what we all wanted last year. Big Ben was not there, and the Steelers the last 2 weeks have played the biggest game. And last week they showed what they need to show. So this week they get the Ravens, they get the reigning MVP, but that defense, hey.
Did they show what they needed to show?
I was about to say, Bruiser, on your screen right there, what defense is screaming at you? Oh, Big Ben is under pressure. Myles Garrett. All I see is Myles Garrett and J.J. Watt. I don't see nothing else.
You don't see Brandon Graham? He's top 4 in sacks this season.
Brandon Graham?
From the Eagles, yep. Top 6.
Brandon Graham.
The Eagles suck, though.
Ain't like 35.
Well, yep, they're 2-0 against teams with winning records and 4-0 against teams with losing records, but they consistent. They undefeated.
Hey, well, let me hop into this.
Okay.
The defense didn't stop the Titans. The kicker stopped the Titans because they should have went to overtime.
But the first half, the defense was playing great.
They did, but can they finish games? We don't know.
Okay.
At Gostkowski made that field goal. They go to overtime. Do the Titans get the ball first? Do the Titans win? We don't know. Or but that defense in the second half didn't look like what everybody's telling me they are.
Pull up their first 3 games again. Giants, who and who? They had the
Broncos, Texans.
Come on. That's the first 3 easiest.
I guess it's a good time for me to say I will be tuned in that Steelers Ravens game. I got the Ravens winning. I'm not scared.
Wait, go back to
Their schedule is pie.
Their schedule pie as hell.
Their schedule is pie. The the divisional games are their hardest games, and the Bills.
Hey, don't see one week 16. I like the Colts.
What do you like? Tell me. Talk about what you like with
their
the Colts.
defense is top 5 with Darius Leonard and DeForest.
Isn't their defense always good with that Tampa 2 defense?
Nah, it's all right, but it ain't never been top 5 before. Even though the Colts did play a weak schedule to start off the season. I just think the only issue with the Colts is Phillip Rivers and his consistency.
Yeah, Phillip Rivers.
If the ball's in his hand, like he got to throw like 30 plus passes. I don't trust Phillip Rivers.
Have a pie schedule too. What?
The AFC, that's the problem. Like I was saying, I got the Ravens winning that game. I'm not scared to say it. I got the Ravens over the Steelers. That's a big game. I also, like y'all said, the Seahawks 49ers game will be good, but I think the Seahawks will win. Like what's the word? What they say? Like without convincingly, yes, the Seahawks will win that game convincingly. Yes.
Wait, what's convincing?
Convincing.
I got Russell Wilson throwing 4 touchdowns and beating them by
14 points.
You know that's not the spread, right?
You're crazy.
You know
Crazy as hell.
I don't care about the spread. I'm telling you that's my spread. Anywho, I'm also excited to see my Saints as y'all keep me
14 plus.
Is Richard Sherman hurt?
I said 14 even. They're gonna win by 14. Yes, Richard Sherman is hurt.
Hey, bro, ain't you the one that said the 49ers suck?
I know I backtracked that statement when they beat the
I'm not
Rams.
backtracking. I'm
What you
standing on it.
backtracking for?
I'm standing on it. They not that good.
I admit when I'm wrong, Jace.
Wait, what you
Only me
backtracking for though?
And then Debo got hurt again. And then Mostert got hurt again. And then who else got hurt? The other running back got
I
hurt.
just said they're a hurt team. I didn't say they suck.
Wait, I haven't been watching. I haven't been that attentive. But could you click their record real quick, Bridget? I just want to see.
You gotta take this with a grain of salt. They're hurt, bro.
No, I'm trying.
Tag him again. What we could just.
Or are they poo? What are they?
Look who they won. Look who they beat. They beat.
Beat the Rams.
That's it. That's divisional. Outside of that,
they're 1-1 against winning teams and 3-2 against losing teams.
they beat the Rams and then they beat.
If they win two out of the next 3, they don't suck. They can't.
I got them losing.
All 3.
I got them losing.
They might lose all 3.
Hey man, that week 10 matchup.
I got them losing all 3, and then they play the Rams. I got them losing all 3, and then they play the Rams again, and then they're gonna lose to the Rams. That's the type of season they about to have. That's what.
I don't think the Rams can mess with them. You just say that.
What?
I think the Rams can.
Are we really just going to?
The 49ers were just in the AFC Championship.
Are we really just
in the Super Bowl? Am I geek?
You finna trust in Jimmy G?
I don't trust nobody that went, bro. Every year,
I've never said I trusted Jimmy G.
When they go to the Super Bowl, they come back and they don't be the same. The only team that's consistent is Seattle. I hope we all
trust someone.
Yeah, the only consistent team in that division. However, I want to see the Saints Bears because the Bears have this defense that everybody telling me we need to see, but they've been like that for the last couple of years and we beat them every time. And
talk about it.
I also want to see Tua's debut game, and I expect him to be running like hell.
I like an Eddie Jackson touchdown on the Saints.
Not having.
Yes.
I want to see. I don't remember what game it was.
That's good.
I don't remember what game. I don't care. I don't really care too much about the Steelers and the Ravens. Like they're not trying to kill themselves anymore. So like I don't really care anymore.
Those games.
Oh, you talking about when like Ray Lewis and them?
Yeah, Ray Lewis and Terrell Suggs and them boys.
Ray Lewis. Are y'all forgetting when Juju was about to be hooking?
that was still as a Bengals game.
That was like 2 years ago.
Yep.
It's more of a rivalry between them and the Bengals than them and the Ravens now.
Yep.
The Steelers wasn't relevant last year when they worked. The Ravens was like that, but they chance to make a statement, I guess.
Yeah.
It is. Is there any NFL news before we move on?
I need to check the waiver wire.
That's not news. The NBA. The NBA wants to start on Christmas Day while the players want to start on MLK Day. Which side of the coin do you guys want? Or flip side with the NBA who wants to start on December 25th, or the players who wants to start on MLK Day?
The key day of the NBA in that first 2-month frame when they usually start in October. The most important part of the NBA when they start in October. Well, they start in October and then they play. But the most important game during that time frame of that season, that beginning of the season, is Christmas Day. Christmas Day has been the most important game in that first 2-month frame of the NBA forever. Like some people don't start watching basketball for real until Christmas Day. So I can see why they want to tap into that. Plus, there's no football on. Huh?
When is MLK Day? What is
January?
January 16th.
17th. It's around that frame. But they play games on that day too.
January 18th.
January 18th. They play games on that day too. And those games are always televised, and those games are always they play all Monday, they play those games, and it's televised. And that's a big day as well. Probably the second biggest day in that first 3-month frame. So it'll go Christmas Day, MLK Day, All-Star break, boom. Now everybody watching basketball because football's over. So from a marketing point of view, Christmas Day would be the NFL has Thanksgiving, basketball has Christmas. You don't want to blow that window. However, for the player in the player's defense, I get it. Because it's like we just finished playing. Well, some of us just finished playing in the bubble, whatever. But then I'm looking at it from the fan perspective. That's what you got to figure out. What's the more important? The players? Yes, but you also get paid for this and it's your job. Whereas the fans, we pay to go watch you, like me, and I have season tickets that I have not used. Right now, I could have been to 4 Hawks games. Haven't been to none with season tickets. So to make your bottom line and keep your customer happy, you might want to start playing some damn games before the year ends. Also, it's the 2020/21 season. If you start playing games in 21,
it's not
the shift the whole pair. Everything's shifted. The draft's already pushed back. The draft's November 18th. I think it's time to rock and roll. And they talking about playing in stadiums without fans as a potential option. So now you're really talking about losing out on some money. Right. So now you're gonna have to, make the league pass similar to what they did when they started the bubble and try to get where people can watch every game or something like that. They're gonna have to figure it out.
It's gonna be like a slow matriculation, like what the NFL did. With no games, no fans, first 2 home games, then slowly get them in, like what the Saints are doing.
And the difference in basketball and football is that football, some games are played outside with football. Basketball's inside, the seats are closer. It's gonna be weird. What, you laughing at me?
No, I was laughing at Trey. He was doing duck lips on the screen. It popped up on the screen. Jace, do you agree with Cut? What do you think the NBA should do? Because there's a large segment of the players that want them to start on MLK Day rather than Christmas Day, give them more time to prepare.
So this is how I feel.
Talk to us.
As a fan, I would want NBA to come back. I like the NBA. But I never feel sorry for millionaires. I'm gonna just keep it a stack with you. I don't feel sorry. Hey, get your ass out there and that's what you get paid for, right? I get paid to sell shoes at Foot Locker for 40 plus hours. I don't want to do it. I gotta do it, right?
Talk about it.
So you getting paid millions to hoop, which is a dream to people that can't do it, and you talking about you tired, you this and that. Boy, you sitting at home right now.
They're people. They are real life people.
No, they people that hoop.
See,
for millions of dollars.
Is this shut up and dribble? That's all I'm hearing. Is
y'all talking about it?
I said shut up and dribble because they telling me shut up and sell them shoes at goddamn Foot Locker, right? They telling me shut up and sell them shoes at Foot Locker, and I don't want to, but I have to make my money and then make sure the customers are happy. So I'm a customer of the NBA. I want to see basketball. Y'all are getting paid tenfold to hoop. I wish I was getting paid tenfold to hoop. I hoop my ass off. So I feel like they should play. But again, that's not my place. But at the same time, I feel like they should play.
Trey, does Jay sound like an entitled fan? Tell him to shut up and dribble?
See, Derek just sounded like a more well-versed entitled fan. He kept it a little more professional, a little more sugar-coated. Jace came out and straight up said, like, I apologize, but shut up and dribble. So my stance is, it's like, I'm riding for whatever the players want to do, but that's just the scope. And that's the only scope I'm looking at. I don't see owners anymore like I see the players.
Right.
But with what Derek was saying, I see both sides because, there's still a business. But I'm only looking at because like the only thing that I'm thinking about is still the numbers with the virus. So whatever is the best decision to combat the pandemic that we're still in is what I'll rock with. Because people wasn't really talking about it, but I wasn't really like on Twitter. That Justin Turner definitely got tested positive for corona. And then this joke is like smack in the middle in the pictures. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, well, I guess they're not tripping because the season over. So think about that with basketball and like how Darren was talking about how the seeding, indoor sports and outdoor sports is a completely different beast. Like they was having people at the baseball games, but they said there was a lot into that. A, it was only the World Series, and B, like the first game, it was only like if you got like invited or something, like friends, family, and
family, like,
yeah. So I don't like unless they're doing stuff like that with basketball. It seems like the bubble worked. So
just cost too much money.
Like it's the NBA; they're the best league in the world right now. So I feel like they'll come up with a compromise.
I feel you.
NBA's hot.
They probably go towards the MLK Day start. They just they got
what is set right now? Like what are they saying right now?
Between Christmas Day and MLK Day.
Oh no, they haven't picked one. Yeah.
No, but they're like the owners and the board of governors are like leading towards December 25th, but the players are like, nah, we need the MLK Day.
I feel like when LeBron says he's not gonna play, they're gonna turn that to MLK Day.
Well, he's one of the players that was like, they're not gonna play on Christmas Day.
Yeah, I know, but when
did he say that himself? Because
Danny Green
was trying to speak for the whole Lakers team, and I ain't like that.
Why? Well, Derek Green, a veteran, bro, 3-time NBA champion. Why you
Danny
can't say
Green, he's a spokesperson for that's
That's
literally
what I'm
his
saying.
role.
I don't
You
really
gotta
like.
keep in mind, like Grant Hill was the one speaking for the Bucks.
Yeah.
I mean George Hill.
George Hill, yeah.
Yeah, but the difference is, bro.
The difference is what? Danny Green got
Green
screened.
speaking. He's the champion 3 times, but
But
we all know Danny Green didn't play to his best ability.
George Hill, Derek.
George Hill, bro. George Hill was a starting point guard and played
You
good.
would rather if George Hill's with the Lakers, you'd rather him speak than Danny Green.
George Hill is speaking out on social injustice and being black in America. He's black. Danny Green is speaking out on what the players as a unit want. I could see us all sitting out. We're not gonna.
I don't understand why the best.
You don't make that decision, buddy.
I don't understand why the best player on the team don't speak out.
Right, LeBron makes the
What does
decision. LeBron makes the decision for
Why
everybody.
is LeBron trying to stop everything? Right? Why, when LeBron speaks, everybody in the NBA listen?
Because he earned that right, Trey.
Oh no,
He earned that right.
I'm saying LeBron trying to be with his family and stuff. Danny Green wants the lights, camera, action.
He do want to hoop. I know he do.
Speaking of that Lakers team, Rajon Rondo is scheduled to be a free agent, and the other LA team is interested in acquiring him, the Los Angeles Clippers. Kawhi said he wants a true point guard, and Rajon Rondo is that intelligent basketball player with 2 NBA championships. Would you guys like to see Rondo in that Clippers jersey?
Hell no.
Rondo
I don't think it would matter if the co-star of the Clippers can't get it together. So if Paul George isn't the truth, Kawhi needs. I don't know what Kawhi's talking about.
So y'all wouldn't want to see Rondo. Demond, you wouldn't want to see Rondo with the Clippers with Kawhi and Ty Lue.
I love the NBA when it's more about storylines. And I think the NBA right now is missing a villain. I think the Clippers need to come up and take that. I think the Clippers were the villain of the last year, but looking ahead to this year, I think it's between them and the Nets. So, I mean, hey, Rondo go to the Clippers. That'll be very interesting.
Are they the villain, or do people just not like them?
They just like
Villain. I'm confused why the Nets are villains. What makes them villainy?
They got Cupcake.
Well, people hate on KD and they hate on Kyrie.
That don't make them the villains. They the most
No,
hated.
they're the villains because people are saying like Demond, they're going to make it to the NBA championship.
That's why we hate them.
That's why they're like the villain.
I don't know about the Kyrie thing. I don't really see people hating on Kyrie.
Then they was talking about on the podcast.
What?
I don't see it, bro.
Oh, Jason's crazy.
I don't see it, bro.
Don't start him, Jace. Don't get him started.
I don't see it.
People do be hating on Kyrie, though.
I was about to jump in as a outside. People hate on Kyrie for no reason. People was hating on him.
But no, I mean, there's a
No
reason.
reason.
There's a reason they do it.
I don't feel like there's a hating if there's a reason.
Okay, this is what I was saying. I'll say it's no reason because Kyrie, like people was trying to say one person, Max Kellerman, to be exact, was trying to talk about how Kyrie thinks he's way smarter than he is. That right there, if you just put a pin in it right there, Max, you're hating.
Right.
How are you about to what are you basing off this man's intelligence? You don't know
You
how.
talking about Nick Wright? Nick Wright said that.
I mean, Nick Wright.
I ain't gonna lie.
Sorry, Max.
I agree with everything Nick Wright says for the most part.
I'm gonna keep it a stat with you.
Who is Nick
Wright
Wright
no.
to gauge
I
a
agree
grown
with you.
man's intelligence?
I agree with Nick Wright on 95%.
Kyrie do it to himself sometimes, bro.
He only did it
I
when
had
the
Wright.
world is flat. Other than that's the only ignorant thing.
Last thing he just
Kyrie
said
did-
about him being the taking the shots and shit, bro. No, like
I finally got
He said, I look and I see someone who can hit it.
Kyrie did say
He said I wasn't talking about nobody.
nobody.
He's like, I wasn't talking about nobody. Everybody else is like, well, who have you played with other than Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, LeBron?
Kyrie also did say that with me and KD, we don't need a coach. Me and KD, that's
He's
problematic.
doing it to himself.
You can't say that.
I have not heard
Kyrie-
anything.
now Kyrie-
Bird has
Kyrie
never
off-
said he don't need
Kyrie-
a coach.
Kyrie off the court
Is
and
that
only-
outlandish? Is that
Kyrie off the court?
outlandish?
What?
Kyrie off the court and only
Everybody needs a
like
Bro,
Kyrie
they not
outside of
fun.
interviews. Kyrie outside of interviews. Kyrie is a family man. Kyrie is an activist. Amazing. I love it. Now, when it's just something about when he getting these interviews, I don't know if he just be like just
Like,
saying
bro,
stuff or what.
tripping.
He just be saying stuff. I be like, bro,
That is one of the reasons I love Kyrie Irving.
that's them up top.
He
Them
just
up.
stands on what
Bro,
he
I asked a dude, he was wearing some off-whites. He was like, I asked him where you get it from. He was like, up top. I was like, what does that mean? I thought it was like a store or something.
I'm from up top. That's the New York.
I noticed
Philly,
the trend with Kyrie lovers is that
Connecticut.
Kyrie lovers.
Yeah, Kyrie lovers are problematic. Trey, Demond, and Quez, them my boys.
Quez a Kyrie lover too?
Yeah, they love Kyrie, boy.
Wow.
Bro, Kyrie is that guy, bro.
I'm not saying I don't take away his talent. I don't take away from his talent. It's just sometimes, bro, he just say some stuff and I just be like,
see, y'all are really telling this Negro to shut up and dribble. That's crazy.
I'm not telling that. No, I love his activists. I love his fight. I love his activists. I love his fight. But was he the one that said, let's just start our own league?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
It
wasn't crazy. It just took me I had to see it from a different view. So I say he say a lot of stuff.
Every time I see Kyrie, I think of Kanye. Because you got to be.
That's comparison.
Don't compare him to Kanye because Kyrie.
No, that was pretty good.
Wait.
Not based on like.
I'm not talking about 2020.
Niggas do be on some outlandish.
I'm talking about Kanye West, who the genius he like. Come on.
I give Kyrie that. Sometimes he might say something.
One of a
I might
kind
not see it
dude.
from his view, but he might.
Kyrie's a one of a kind dude. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, he is. His mind is different. Demond, you've been quiet this whole time. What's going on, man?
Not gonna defend him. Come on, Kyrie lover.
You need to say something because you need to.
Like so I guess you're a Kyrie lover.
You need to play like DeAndre Jordan.
Is he gonna talk?
Trey talks about basketball when he shoots bricks on bricks, but I digress. Kyrie Irving.
No, we have to talk about it, Bruiser. We have to talk about it, Bruiser.
Bro, after Kyrie.
After this, we have to talk about it.
Kyrie
Jesus
labeled a problem. I remember a Woj article right after Kyrie said that he was willing to not, even though he didn't play, we still know the bigger picture, to sit out as a whole with the league, and he was labeled a problem maker. That's all I have to say.
That's what we waited for. We waited for that.
Bro, he told the Boston Celtics, I'm here to stay. Left literally 2 months later.
The Boston has no loyalty. They cut Isaiah, and he gave him his soul.
That's very true. I'm just saying, bro. He be doing it to himself.
They ain't cut him. They traded him for Kyrie.
They did trade him for Kyrie. Before we move on to the next topic, we've been hooping outdoors, of course, practicing social distances. Trey, what do you got to say to your teammate, Demond?
Main thing I have to say is Trey Kemp and Derek Lewis held it down for our team. Yes, Jay. So for him to say the bricks, when you shoot bricks and to have someone try to, brush you off, that means you were detrimental to the team. So what I'm going to say is that's false. My missed shots did not cost us any games, Jace. So I just had to throw that out.
Hey, Demond, what you got to say about that song?
Oh, well, what he should respond to that is him not banging in the paint against people who can't guard him in the paint, but instead of taking more jump shots, and his shooting percentage clip is way lower than mine. Way lower.
Demond, how do you respond?
Hell, it ain't. Next.
Daryl Morey.
No, Demond. On this Zoom meeting at 9:44 p.m. on October 28th, you're going to sit here in front of Bruiser, Derek, and Jason. You're going to sit here, recorded. It's recording, top left-hand corner. And you're going to say, your shooting percentage is higher than mine? Shoot it. 3 points. 3 points.
Hey, Bruiser, you could literally take Derek's clip right now and make it.
Man, I'm so glad it's saved because everybody can see it.
Because Trey's boring me right now.
Yeah, because I'm not. Because you're capping.
Got you. Daryl Morey was hired to be the president of basketball operations for the Philadelphia 76ers. I seen a meme on Twitter saying when Daryl Morey tells Ben Simmons to pull threes, and Ben Simmons, there was a meme. His face was like, ugh. So, and they just hired Sam Cassell is now a part of Doc Rivers' staff in Philadelphia. Are you ready to backtrack your statement, Cut Carter, about the 76ers blowing up? Because they are ready, locked and loaded, ready to acquire some talent, give Ben and Joel some help, and compete in the East. You're on mute.
You said retract? I don't do that. They can do what they want to do. It won't work. It won't work. So sign Daryl Morey for 5 years. Sign Doc Rivers for 5 years. Don't trade the talent and think it was the coach. Brett Brown wasn't all that, but think it's not the talent. Y'all think Doc gonna get the most out of Embiid? I like to see it. Y'all think the Doc gonna get the most out of Ben? I'd also like to see it. Y'all think they're gonna get over the hump and beat all them other good teams? I don't see it. So Doc couldn't carry a team with Kawhi and Paul George
in the West.
Don't matter. They lost to the Nuggets.
In the West matters.
There's teams that can do exactly. He has less talent now, and the Nuggets weren't better than the Clippers. They just beat them. So now you're going to the East where you have a team that is decent, top 5, top 6, but there are teams better than them. And you're gonna have to beat a bunch of them to get where you need to go.
The top teams in the East, in my opinion, aren't that much better than the Nuggets. If you think they're better than the Nuggets, like no, I don't think
they're better than the Sixers. That's my point.
Yeah, you talking the Sixers?
Yeah, no.
The Nuggets weren't better than the Clippers.
Doc Rivers was
Clippers lost. It wasn't Doc's fault, but Doc was the scapegoat. So now we're going to over here, and they're gonna try to scapegoat him again because it's the talent.
He's gonna have a better. They got knocked out in the first. I mean, what in the division? The first round.
The Clippers got knocked out second round.
First round is like wild card. What's the first round called for basketball?
First round.
The first round.
I feel like he'll go deeper in the East than he did in the West. That's not what I'm saying.
I don't see it. The East gonna be harder. It's gonna be the Nets.
But it also depends. I was about to say it depends matchups. If he see the Nets in the first round, the Sixers are not beating the Nets.
Missing.
The Sixers can't beat the Heat. The Sixers probably can't.
The Sixers can beat the Heat, I think, with the coached better.
The same way the Heat beat the Bucks is the same way they beat the Sixers. The lack of shooting will cost you against the Heat. If you can't shoot, you're not going
fifth best.
They can't mess with the Celtics, I don't think. And the Raptors gonna come back next year and they're gonna be up there again. I don't even like the Raptors, but they're gonna be up there.
The North.
And you got the Nets coming. You got other teams getting better. You got the free agency didn't even start yet. You don't know what Drummond going. You don't know what a lot of people going. Yeah.
I mean,
I don't like the look of it.
I was about to say there's not more than 4 teams that could be better than them.
No, there's 4 teams I just don't trust in the NBA to make it anywhere. Period.
Name them.
There it goes. The Bucks.
Make it anywhere. Wait, you got to be clear now because you
the finals. Okay. Maybe not even conference finals. But the Bucks, 76ers, Nuggets, Bucks, 76ers, Nuggets, and Rockets.
I don't agree. I don't agree with that Nuggets one.
I don't agree with that.
Reason being, the Nuggets are in the West, and they can always have the best record, this and that, but they have to see the Lakers if they make it to the conference finals. Like every time.
So they can't make it to the finals.
Again, Bradley Beal.
Hey, Bradley Beal.
Devin Booker to Denver.
Who's getting Devin Booker?
No, Devin Booker's staying in Phoenix, or he'll go somewhere else. But Bradley Beal's going to the Nuggets. That's my prediction.
For what?
Okay.
The Bradley Beal.
They don't want to. They want to try it again. That's another team. John Wall and Bradley Beal back. John Wall and Bradley Beal back again, and they always make the All-Star.
Another time. What you
I
said?
think the price tag is just as high. They both had phenomenal seasons.
I think Booker's tag is higher than Bradley.
He's younger.
Yeah. Only reason I would know because Booker just signed the extension. Isn't Bradley Beal like going? Bradley Beal
he just signed the 2-year extension.
I thought Bradley Beal needed.
Bradley Beal not leaving right now because they want to see what him and John Wall gonna do. Who also make the playoffs every time.
Booker not leaving right now after they just went 8-0 on the bubble. They think they got something special in Phoenix.
Nah, they know they need.
Another team that just hired a new head coach, Houston Rockets, hired, let me read his name, Stephen Silas. He was a assistant coach for the Dallas Mavericks.
Son of an NBA veteran coach, Pat Silas, I believe.
Yep, and they are interested in bringing in on his staff Jeff Hornacek and Nate McMillan, and Rafir Austin, also known as Skip to My Lou, is seriously interested in coaching and joining the Rockets staff.
And Jeff Hornacek is strapped up from the Jazz.
And they said
sorry.
This head coach Steven, the Rockets were sold on Silas' offensive ingenuity, his pedigree with Rick Carlisle, Steve Clifford, and his father, Paul Silas. And he has also coached remarkable guards in his career, including Luka Doncic, Kemba Walker, Steph Curry. Now he gets to coach James Harden and Russell Westbrook. Do you guys trust him? He's a black man in the NBA. You gotta support him, of course. But do you think he'll be a better coach than Daryl Morey? That's the better.
Not Daryl Morey, better than
Mike
D'Antoni.
Yeah.
Yes, Mike
If he's not telling them just pull threes, yes, he's better. just that jacking playing 5 out was not going to work, and no center. It's just.
Does Mike D'Antoni have any? Didn't he coach the Lakers too?
He did.
He coached the Knicks. I just
When
know
he
Mike
coached the Lakers.
D'Antoni doesn't have a resume. I don't know why
When he coached the Lakers, I know he coached the Knicks.
I just don't know why Mike D'Antoni has been so like he hasn't done it.
Wherever he goes, the offense does thrive per se, but
I'm talking about winning wise. Like
Right,
Yeah.
because they shoot so
that
much.
Joker's not a winner.
he
Like,
coached Houston, LA, Phoenix, Denver, and the Knicks.
So he has over a 10-year, 11-year resume
And Philly
with 0 rings, probably. So, yeah, I'm rooting for something.
Come on, how you feeling, buddy?
Still remains to be seen. I don't think Houston can keep both guys. So Harden and Westbrook gonna be on the move. And
Well, the owner came out. We said it last week. The owner said they're not trading nobody, and I'm sure when they brought him in, they said, "Yeah, they're not leaving." So
Yeah,
figure it
as
out.
I said, they're gonna die there.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and jump on the mouth for that one. You think it was those two guys were the reason they didn't do anything in the playoffs, or because of the reason that was a basketball reason? Didn't have a big man.
yeah, it's definitely the big man, but I don't. I mean, do you go get Drummond? I don't think he does much for you. I think you got to trade Westbrook. I know what you could tell everybody. I heard DeRozan wasn't on the block and he still got moved. And I never thought IT would go, but at the end of the day, this is a business. So
None of those names were Russell Westbrook, though.
Talk about a trade.
So
and
I'm
no-
saying,
that-
wait, and this is the only thing. Now it would be different if IT was healthy. If Isaiah Thomas coming off that MVP year when he got traded, if he was 100% healthy, then you could kind of make the comparison. But Russ is healthy right now. He's still like in his prime years. No, that's not none of those were. I don't see that.
That's your opinion, man. In my opinion, I don't believe Russell Westbrook is somebody who gets it done to a championship level.
That's your opinion, man. In my opinion, ugly boy, man.
Yeah, boy,
Yeah,
kill
I
me.
got this on.
Go, Jace.
All right, so can we all agree
Okay.
that after the injury, Russell Westbrook's IQ has just depleted? Can we all
I
agree?
disagree.
How do you
I want to
think
say it's IQ. I think
Yeah,
it's
I think
athleticism.
the system hurt him because he
Right.
can't shoot like them.
No, it's not even the system because he before the bubble, before the COVID stopped everything. He was the best player on the Rockets in February. Then that quad injury came in the regular season of the bubble, and then he wasn't the same. They kind of rushed him back in the OKC series so they could win that series in 7.
definitely rushed him back.
Yeah, so he wasn't at 100% with the quad. He couldn't like run on fast breaks or
Yeah.
play his usual ball.
I gotta see how.
I don't think they should be together, but that's just me.
I don't either, but I just feel like I gotta see how this new system's gonna work. That
Yeah.
system, they
as
were
long as
keeping wide open, just brick it. So
They need to go for Andre.
What was he breaking when he
The
was
Rockets
the best player
need to
on
go
their team
for
before the
Andre
bubble?
Drummond.
that last series they was in, bro, with the Lakers.
Tired. He was forcing. Russell Westbrook was very uncharacteristic in that
That's
play.
what I'm talking about. His IQ when he got hurt, his IQ depleted like it did.
Hey, you about to sit here and act like you ain't never tried to play nothing hurt?
I have, yes, but I didn't play to the best of my abilities. No, but bro, you're shooting the ball. You can't shoot. Pass.
First time we played PACT basketball. I mean, yeah, PACT basketball. Jason
Yeah,
hurt.
I was very familiar. Yeah, I was hurt.
Before last NBA topic I got, the Mavs are in win now mode. They said they would attempt to trade up in the NBA draft lottery, and they say every player on the team is on the block except for Kristaps Porzingis and Luka Doncic. Do you guys agree this is the right move for the Dallas Mavericks to push all their chips in and win with Luka and Porzingis?
Who are they trading?
Who can they trade other than Tim Hardaway?
That sounds stupid. Who wants Tim Hardaway to move? Who will trade a high pick for Tim Hardaway Jr.?
Let me look up their
They must have like a 15.
No, they made the off, so they're like 17, 18 at least minimum. 17 is the lowest they could be.
There's no way in their right minds they think they're going to be top 10.
So the highest paid player is Kristaps Porzingis. Then Tim Hardaway gets paid $18 million. Tim Hardaway has a player option for $18 million. He'll be back. Courtney Lee will be a free agent. Dwight Powell makes $10 million next year.
See, bro, who wants those guys? Like, who wants those?
Yeah, I don't see
For
an
a first
attractable
for a
trade.
top 10 pick.
Yeah, I don't see an attractable trade piece here.
Oh,
Wait,
he
so
came
maybe-
out.
Maybe Boban or Dorian
Okay.
Finney-Smith or Justin
So
Jackson.
the Mavs came out and said, we don't really want to trade for real.
Wait, we talking about the Mavs, right?
Yeah.
But you gonna
No, they're not a good team. They lost in the first round. Thank you. Thank you. Come again.
So they were hurt.
Curry got some trade value. Like he's a head-eye shooter.
Then he had stops.
Curry got some trade. Curry.
Seth, I couldn't hear you.
Then on if Dwight Powell come back from the injury, maybe they trade him to get $10 million off the books. Acquire somebody.
Bro,
he was playing good before the injury.
They need to just try to get people. They need to attract people to come play with Luka. But they could try to sell. They could sell Tim Hardaway and Powell. Probably people will take them. I don't think they're gonna flip them for no good.
Oh yeah, I was stuck on the move up in.
You said move up. Where they gonna move to? Because if I'm in front of that,
they want to enter the draft lottery. They won't be top 15. That's what
the Hawks said. The Hawks said they selling their pick, but I don't think the Hawks want Tim Hardaway Jr. back. Or
unless they get they might add future picks. That's the only thing that makes sense.
The Hawks give up the 6th pick. Oh, if y'all send all y'all first for the next 3 years with.
That's what I'm saying. That's the only thing that makes sense.
I just see how the Mavericks on a good team.
This draft is good, but this draft isn't. I don't think is that. If you're not in that top, if you're not in the top 5 though, I feel like it's not.
It's a lot of talent in this draft.
You're in that top 5, bro. It's kind of like
I wouldn't say
this is almost. This is like they got a lot of. I'm not about to say baby Luke.
You can't. It's a hard draft because the season didn't finish. We didn't get to see the tournament. I think that makes it harder.
That too, and because like the top 3, top 4, top 5 picks are so like sought after. Like we didn't hear about anything else other than the top 5. Yeah. So
and like Cole Anthony, outside of the top 5, Cole Anthony would be my favorite person to go for. But
all I'm gonna say is
international players are good this year.
All I'm gonna say they said there's one international player that's far. That
Devin Adija.
But the white boy.
Devin Adija.
And
coming in too. Like
but Theo Maudin is good though.
Theo Maudin, but again, is he a franchise changer? I don't think so.
Who?
You sound like the Hawks game. Theo Maudin was like 18. He was like a Walmart Luka.
Yeah, he was.
Like he was 18.
LaMelo technically an overseas player, international player too.
Oh, who gonna flip on LaMelo?
No, I'm saying that's bro.
I would say
Hampton
outside of Melo, Ant-Man, and Wiseman, I'm not pressed to trade.
Precious is fine. Obi.
Okay, we're back. Sorry for the technical difficulties. I don't know what happened, but we are back and live. Before we continue, I just want to read the report that the Mavericks said. It said the Mavericks have made all players available for a trade with the exception of Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis in pursuit of adding a lottery pick to their draft night set, which currently includes pick numbers 18 and 31. The general manager has made other teams aware that they are interested in adding a third star along Doncic and Porzingis and is reportedly in urgency mode. Jim?
He heard you. Urgency mode.
How? They're not gonna come out the West?
It sounds like they about to throw a bag.
Y'all forget they got Luka Doncic, bro.
But they got no trade pieces. They
don't have trade pieces, and they're not coming out the West.
I don't even care about the trade. They got Luka.
I like them to get a little Tobias Harris.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, the Sixers selling him for sure. He could go. I know he
like that type player. Josh super power the Mavs. Oh my god.
Before we go to new music,
Josh their best defender. Him and Thibault. I wouldn't trade.
Yeah, if they had a two-way defender, a two-way player.
That's what they thought Tim Hardaway would be, but Tim be chucking that. Tim is jacking. Tim Hardaway be jacking it. I don't need. Tim play basketball. I mean, Tim Hardaway play basketball like Trey do.
Oh wow! Why?
He hits a lot.
Who's that?
Why are you here?
Who are you?
We're in the music section, bud. You came too late.
Bruh.
We're in the what? I'm sorry.
We're in the music section.
New music.
Okay.
What happened? Oh yeah. So last week we were blessed with Positions by Ariana Grande. I checked it out. It wasn't memorable, but it was cool. Tyler Hero by Jack Harlow. The video was cool. Her drop Damage. Ty Dolla $ign dropped his project, which I will say.
Makes it funny.
He left.
Yeah.
Ty Dolla $ign dropped his project. Karol G dropped a single. Saweetie dropped a song featuring Janae Aiko called Back to the Streets.
I like you're repeating this. I think we already heard this last week.
Yeah, I'm saying what came out. Like,
boy.
Just ruined it.
Same person.
Kid Leroy dropped a song. But anywho, the highlight of last week for me was Ty Dolla $ign's album. which I can say right now for me is in that B- C+ range. I'm not gonna give it like amazing, but I'm not gonna say it's bad either. I like the way he played it. I like a couple of songs. My favorite was one of the songs he's not actually on called Dr. Sebi, which is just a Young Thug interlude. That was good. I also like Nothing Like Your Exes, and I also like Tyrone 2021 featuring Big Sean. I like Freak with Quavo, and I like Double R with Lil Durk. Universe with Kehlani was good as well, and Lift Me Up with featuring Thug is good as well. A couple more songs, but you know I'm not gonna name the whole. I'll be naming a lot of songs. But yeah, that was my highlight for the music last week.
Don't you worry. I thought you were going to say something. No, you got to keep going.
This week we'll be getting blessed with the Trippy Red album, a King Von album. And who's the other person? I keep forgetting the last person.
First date. I'm feeling all the drops.
Huh?
Who else supposed to drop this
The
week?
trifecta this week. Von, Trippy Red, and
Forget who.
y'all call it some music segment.
Von, Trippy Red. Von, Trippy Red.
Hey, Jess, who dropping this Friday?
Y'all heard Yak Gotti?
Nah, I didn't listen to it yet, but I heard it's fire.
That's
Yeah. You said it is fire?
yeah.
Yeah, that song with Gunna is hard.
Yeah. And the one with Gotti and Kid Hard.
Yeah, I like
The only
that.
one I didn't like was Friends with Benefits. He was trying
Jay
to.
stop cursing.
Oh, my fault, Slime.
Well, since he's not talking, Jay, so what was that story OJ talking about with Young Boy? You liked it?
Yeah, man, it wasn't too bad. You know, he talking about he want to have a baby with Reggie and you know, like why not? Why not?
So it's really a good song.
Yes, bro.
Did y'all hear what I said about XX's mom?
No, didn't hear what you
Okay,
said.
so that was what I was trying to say. So she announced that he has a song with The Weeknd coming out soon, and she's considering doing a hologram tour. How do you feel about a hologram tour with XXX?
I don't want to see
I
it.
don't want it.
I feel like one of the newscasts. Hold on. I don't see
Oh
it.
God, I was gonna say something like it looked like something
Okay.
like high school newscast.
What else I want to say? I can't even remember what
BET Hip Hop Awards.
BET Hip Hop Awards.
How'd the baby get the most nominations and not one win?
Not one of them. One in like 11.
Somebody said they didn't want to hear Suge for the 12th millionth time.
Shit,
He got nominated.
Right.
Hip Hop Awards. So best live performer went to
LaFlame. It was Travis.
Travis
The
Scott.
Only person.
Best hip hop video went to Future featuring Drake. Life is Good.
Should have been
Hip-hop.
Sister Slide.
Hip hop album of the year went to Roddy Ricch. Please excuse me for being antisocial.
And Song of the Year. With the
Wait,
Box.
what was it?
Album of the year went to Roddy Ricch for Please excuse me for being
The
antisocial.
Box probably won song.
For 2020?
Yeah, because it came out in December 2019.
So it can't win over.
It came out after the last award show, which was last October.
Over
Whatever album,
Carter?
whatever album you think should have won probably didn't will have to make it for next year's.
Nah,
Nah.
my
Nah,
turn.
baby.
My turn was nominated. It just didn't win because it was
Yeah, it didn't
2020.
Oh, you said My Turn should have won, Jace?
Yeah.
Spike, Tiana Taylor won Video Director of the Year. Lyricist of the Year went to Rhapsody. Hip Hop Artist of the Year went to Megan Thee Stallion. A lot of people were upset about that. They thought Lil Baby should have got that.
A lot of controversy.
Producer of the Year went to Hit Boy.
That's nice.
Best collaboration went to Megan Thee Stallion featuring Beyonce, Savage Remix. Song of the Year went to, The Box, you already said it.
I'll say then. Dude.
Best New Hip Hop Artist went to Pop Smoke.
Can I say pop and forget the smoke?
Rest in peace, Woo. And the best featured verse went to Beyonce for her verse on Savage Remix.
Beyonce don't win that.
He just gets a dub.
The Impact Track of the Year went to Lil Baby for The Bigger Picture.
Yeah.
It's bigger than Black and White. DJ of the Year went to D-Nice, who was the kickoff and pioneer of the whole, club quarantine thing. He did the first.
Oh, that's Ashley Dad.
That is Ashley Dad. She was the first club quarantine person, so his live hit like 1 million people or something crazy like that. It was the first person to do it, and then Versus started after that. And
So
then
he got a BET award.
he got a BET award for DJ of the Year. He's at Essence Festival every year when we go down there in New Orleans. You know, old black women love him, so gotta respect it. Best hip hop platform went to Joe Budden Podcast.
Yo, shout out my boy Joe Beasy.
What are these awards? Best hip hop.
Hustler of the Year
I've
went to
never
Megan Thee
seen them at
Stallion.
BET Awards before. I've never.
Hustler of the Year went to Megan Thee Stallion. Duo and Best Duo or Group of the Year went to Chris Brown and Young Thug.
Let's do that
Slime and
handshake.
B.
Let's do that handshake. No, that's it.
I'm a B1. Bro, people
Slime and B was fire. I like it.
people slept on that so
I like
hard.
it.
It was just on SoundCloud, and then it went to Apple
They
Music.
did it with Apple Music. Because Doug was like, I didn't even want to put that on there. He was somebody tried to diss him. He was like, I didn't even want to put that on
French
there.
Montana.
Yeah, French Montana was like, Simon B, bro, what is that? He was like, I didn't even want to put that on Apple Music. My slime Chris asked me to put that on there. Don't play with me. Somebody said it was so funny. Best international flow went to Stormzy out of the UK. So this year was different. So they was performing everything kind of like
Lil Baby
pre-recorded.
and 42 Doug opened it up with We Paid. I don't like
how the mic sounds with in the back.
I don't
that was
like
my issue.
uncensored music played on live performances. It sounds
Neither do I. That sounds ghetto,
yeah.
cheap, all that.
Boy, I'm rocking with the line, y'all rocking with the Braves.
I remember when Wayne did one
Outside of the
when he did gossip at the
Yeah.
awards.
Also, happy birthday, Frank Ocean. And Monster is 6 years old. Shout out Monster.
6-year-old birthday monster.
Can we talk about it?
What about it?
Talk about the Megan Stallion and Lil Baby situation.
Go
Go ahead, shake it. I'm not shaking
Hey.
it.
And be respectful.
I'm
I'm gonna have to get
Oh yeah,
out.
I'm respectful. She had a great year. A great year. She had a wonderful year. But I'm gonna say it.
We know she's not the entertainer of the year or rapper of the year, whatever. We know that.
Kanye said he wants to buy Universal Music Group for $33 billion.
I love him.
Speaking of Universal Publishing.
Wait. I gotta because you know why.
That song we gotta take out.
You know why he said that though? He just did the interview where he was like, money isn't real. So he gonna sell the shoes gonna be a dub because money isn't real. So when his shoes are $20, then that's gonna counter. Like, you didn't see that interview when he was talking about money isn't real?
No, it was the same interview. That's what he said it on. Yeah.
Yeah, because so that's
Jay-Z launched a new cannabis line called Monogram.
Hey man, Kendrick Lamar finna be back.
Kendrick Lamar just signed a new publishing deal
with Universal, and he has a feature with Busta Rhymes'
album
first
that comes
feature
out
of 2020.
Friday.
I remember he was conflicted. Misuse your influence.
First feature of 2020.
Yep.
Yeah, first feature.
How?
Yeah, this is
his first feature.
This is first feature in 2020.
LMA dropped a new song called Not Another Love.
He wasn't on.
Damon, what's wrong, buddy?
He was on Baby King dropped. Baby King went in 2020.
What's wrong, Damon?
So we're just gonna dismiss the biggest news of the week, music-wise, that Drake's dropping an album in January.
But we're gonna do it now.
Yeah, it's not even November yet.
Do I care what Aubrey Graham is doing? No, I'm playing with you. But it's 2021, bro. Like,
I did buy some certified lover boy merch though.
Wait, how? How did you get it already?
Oh my God, you didn't get him?
It dropped. I put it in the chat, but you don't be present.
You don't be present. Yeah, stand in the
But it gotta drop again. No way in hell you don't drop it
He
again.
didn't drop the fires thing, which is the puffer jacket with the hearts on it.
Is it Nike? Like Nike
It's
collab?
Nike, yeah.
You Adidas athlete anyway.
I'm gonna resell it. I don't care.
It's on StockX. Yeah, the prices. The hat was only like $35 and it's reselling for $140.
That's ridiculous. Wasn't even hard. The hat was straight.
What weirdo drops the merch before the album?
Somebody that has
Aubrey Graham, who can do whatever he wants.
He dropped the whole website. It's called DrakeRelated.com.
He shot a video at Nike headquarters. Like,
he has those two Mercedes that's worth $1 million. That's crazy. I want them cars.
Have you seen Drake's bathroom?
I didn't really care about his bathroom.
That's how you know boy got money. Take a look at it in the bathroom. Top 5, no debating.
Top 5, no debating.
Top five. Since Jay said he don't listen to Meg, drop your top 5 Meg songs.
I can't do that.
I can't do that, man.
I can do that.
I don't even want to talk about Meg because my ex listens to her a lot.
Top 5 King Von or top 5 Trippy? I feel like we did Trippy before, but he's dropped a lot of music.
Y'all boys never gonna get that. What's it called? That certified lover boy merch. You ain't gonna get that sent till.
I don't think everybody move on.
To who?
Said July.
Yeah.
Why you say that?
That don't even sound right.
It haven't even came out. The album hadn't even came out yet, but I promise you I ain't getting it.
Album comes out in January, Jace.
Bro, I ordered Travis Scott the McDonald's.
Travis. It's Nike.
Pre-order. It tells you the pre-orders.
Nike.
All right. Now when you don't get
this merch already made,
July.
Drake been giving out this merch for the last 4 months. He been giving packages to people, care packages of the merch to people.
Well, I ain't never get a care package.
Bro, you're not OVO.
You're not OVO, bro. You're not born in October.
Oh, you ain't say it was OVO. I ain't know that.
No, he was giving them to different people. He gave some to Who was it? Drewski got some. A couple different people. Like you don't gotta be OVO to get it.
Drewski
So
Odell got some.
Drewski did.
Nike
So-
athletes.
he
LeBron got it.
didn't drop the puffer jacket yet.
Hmm?
He didn't drop the puffer jacket yet.
Puffer jacket did not drop yet. When that drops, that he gonna probably attack. He gonna have to
I'm
tax.
gonna buy 5 of those.
He gonna probably tax on that jacket. Gonna have to. 'Cause
Okay.
that jacket fire. I like.
Still like $1,000.
Drake, whatever the OVO jackets were is where he probably gonna make the puffer jacket.
Hell yeah.
Them OVO jackets was $289. The new ones he just dropped.
The regular hoodies.
$250.
are too. He gotta drop
Puffer,
another
the
hoodie.
puffer, like like the North Face looking one was $289.
Oh no, I'm talking about like the OVO.
Oh yeah.
Is there any more colors? Bro, he's gonna drop another one. There's
All he had was white. It looked like.
yeah.
No, you had black. You had the way you had to click it was weird. It's like you got to click the button and then click another button to get to the colors.
He's definitely gonna come
He had
out.
a lot of black, white, and like grayish looking
He
colors.
could have went hard.
I got a white shirt and I got some socks, but I didn't want the hat. And then the hoodie
I
was
ain't
sold
like
out.
it. Whoever was designing, I'm like, yo, OVO.
I'm just not getting my YB merch.
Yeah, that I know that just came out. Now all the resellers posting it. But anywho, top 5 Trippy Red songs. Let's get it over with. Go ahead and wrap her up. Put a bow on it. I feel like we already did this before, but he drops a lot of music. So
What we doing?
yeah, I have my list already.
We doing Trippy Red?
My top 5 Trippy was Toxic Waste, Negative Energy, I Try Loving, Taking a Walk, Wish. You see what I'm saying? That was so old. But nonetheless, we're going to start over. Bruiser said, let's do top 5 Frank Ocean. So we're going to switch it up. Can you do Frank Ocean, Jace? I feel like you can't.
You said I can't?
I'm asking.
I'll try.
I'm true.
Top 5 Frank Ocean tracks. Started with Trey. Let's go.
Accurate Integral, Pilot Jones. Let me hurry up. Accurate Integral, Pilot Jones, Crack Rock. Man, all my songs will be on one album. And Accurate Integral, Pilot Jones, and anything off Nostalgia Ultra. Like for the rest of the other 3, like anything.
Got you, Damon. You take it away.
My top 5 Frank Ocean songs, my honorable mention is Nature Feels off Nostalgia Ultra. Sample off MGMT's Electric Feel. Pyramids off Channel Orange. This is my top 5. Miss You So. I liked a lot of songs off that album. In My Room, I think is one of Frank Ocean's dope singles. Love Crimes, again off Nostalgia Ultra. And then number 1, I think this is everybody's top 5 Frank Ocean song, Nights. That's my guy.
I thought you was about to say Novocaine. You said Night.
Too.
Wait, sorry. I have to cut off. My honorable mention, because it might be tied for my favorite, is Lynn's V2 with Travis F. Scott. Frank Ocean ate that song.
Jace, it's on you.
Yes, 5 is Chanel. 4 Novocaine. Wait, no. Actually, 5 is Thinking About You. 4 is Chanel. 3 Novocaine. 2 Nights, and 1 Pink Matter.
Oh, so this was straight mainstream.
Yeah, I just listen to it.
You're wrong a second. I'll go first. My honorable mention is including 2 of his features. She featuring Tyler Creator song, and No Church in the Wild from Watch the Throne. Another honorable mention I have as well is Songs for Women and No Bonnie. My top 5 Frank Ocean tracks include number 5, Nights, number 4, Bedtime Story, number 3, I Like We All Tried, number 2, Miss You So, and number 1, Swim Good.
I'm about to dive in this ocean.
All right. My honorable mentions are No Bonnie of Lonnie Bro Collection, Lens, Futura Free, There Will Be Tears, and Strawberry Swing. On top 5 is 5, Miss You So. Number 4, Accurate Integral. 3, Nights. 2, White Ferrari. And 1, Rushes off the Endless album featuring Jasmine Sullivan.
Frank Ocean's hardest verse is his verse off Odd Future Volume Take 2. That was his boy, he snapped. I was like, oh, he can rap.
Stop.
Yeah, he can. Go ahead and wrap it up then.
Is there any news breaking? Is that a podcast?
It is.
It was a random. I do have because I don't know what he was trying to say, but I know y'all saw it. Somebody tried to compare Tua, Joe Burrow, and Justin Herbert They said Tua gonna be Phillip Rivers, Joe Burrow gonna be Big Ben, I want to say, and Herbert is gonna be Eli. And I just would like to say that was like the most out of pocket.
Kind of flip a lot.
Yeah, it was too. I thought he had a miss. Y'all didn't see that though.
I seen it.
I saw it. Seen it.
Boy, don't mute me.
Jace, I'm about to kick you.
You doing it to yourself. I heard they comparing Tua to like Drew or something like that.
Tua, did he play his first start?
This Sunday against the Los Angeles Rams.
So did he play last week? Like did he
Came
played?
in like the last 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Completed 2 passes.
Hold on. So Ryan Fitzpatrick was doing all of that and he still started.
Schlapp Bennett got to.
And this will conclude episode 79 of the Pack Life Podcast. Thank you for tuning in. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. We're available to Apple Podcast, Spotify, Stitcher, and YouTube. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Pack Life Pod or Pack Life Podcast. Beside me, we got Mr. Damon Geis.
Thank you for having me. Go follow Every Yards Matters. Check out episode 1 of the Every Yards Matters podcast, episode 2 incoming. Or go check that out now. It's out by the time you'll see this.
Hopefully, depending on how I feel. That one we got Mr. Trey Kemp, late arrival as always.
Ryan Fitzpatrick, you had a good career. Stop tripping, man. Crying.
Below me, we got Slim Reaper himself, who can't seem to control his mouth. Hopefully, he doesn't curse on his outro, Mr. Jace.
Nah, I ain't gonna curse, bro. Love y'all boys, man. You know, go vote, all that. Stay healthy, stay safe, and yeah.
Go Big Blue.
Beside me, and last but not least, beside me, we got my brother, Mr. Cut Carter, who had technical difficulties.
Go vote. Shout out to LA. 2 championships, same year since 1988. Shout out Mookie Betts and LeBron James. 2 MVPs, both black men.
You heard it here first.
Oh, go vote.
Yes.
And Cutthroat.
And I'm your host, Bruiser Carter. Thank you for tuning in to this wild episode 79. It's a short one. We didn't even crack 2 hours, so
Good.
Enjoyable. Baby food for you guys who doesn't like long form. And we are out of here. Woo!